So we are going to be working again on the sculpture, and this sculpture has given me a little bit of a problem. It's separated from the base, so basically it's been sinking in quite a bit, something I was not expecting, but uh, I did manage to fix it. Right about here, you see the spot where she is sitting. I should have made it a lot denser and ran it throughout the entire underneath of the body to the front. That would have helped me a lot in supporting. So it's a lot of weight to have all of this on 2 feet, but as it is right now, I am putting in some clay underneath to kind of support it. So the knees are something that I really like in sculpture, and I spend a lot of time on it. For this, I use a wooden tool, and I really like using these tools because you can kind of manipulate the clay very well, but keep it abstract at the same time. You see I'm just rounding things with the wooden section, and you don't need to use brushes, but I do like to keep things geometrical or round in the beginning. And when you look at shapes, try to look where the light kind of breaks so you can follow it and make a very distinctive shape. It takes me a long time to get the shapes exactly the way I want, but most of the time I just struggle with the proportions, and then the details kind of just fall into place. So I need to add quite a bit of clay here, and it's difficult to kind of add it in the small crevices, but I think the knee is starting to materialize, and just by adding like a little bit, the sections where the femur is and then where the patella is, it tends to really stand out. And there's another close-up of the knee. You can see that the fat's kind of folding over the gastrocnemius. You could kind of play around with it because various parts of the gastrocnemius muscle are going to be in different amounts of folding with the top of the thigh. So with the face, I generally don't tend to like the faces I see on the reference, so I try to look for other reference. I am still not quite sure what I'll do with the face, but I did want to put pigtails on her. I don't know, that's something that I tend to like in models. And for right now, there's so many things to really sculpt, like the hands take forever. I'll probably devote an entire day to just sculpting the hands, but I want to kind of just gesture them in so I have something to kind of follow. But adding the bone structure of the face, adding where the hairline is going to be, I try to create the eyebrow, and once you start to develop things, it really kind of falls into place. I tend to change the eyes very often based on the direction I want them to look, but normally I tend to do that more towards the end. So here I am developing the underneath, which is essentially a teddy bear that I'm sculpting. So the teddy bear is going to be face or head up. The teddy bear is going to be head up on the sculpture, and that's going to be the support. So not only gives me the motif for the sculpture, but she is being supported by the teddy bear. It's a very large teddy bear, so there's the arms, and there's a lot of very distinct sort of things to the teddy bear. Now I can make it very, very realistic, or I can just make it a little bit abstract, and I'm tending to think making it a little abstract is better. The teddy bear is actually like thicker towards the paws rather than the arms. I kind of actually thought that it would taper off, but it doesn't. It becomes a little bit bigger towards the paws. But of course, it really depends on the type of teddy bear you have. There are some pretty massive teddy bears, and I usually don't sculpt teddy bears, but I thought this would be kind of like a cool idea. I know that a lot of people watching, well, not a lot, maybe a dozen people that watch this, are not going to like the subject, but I think it's pretty cool. I kind of like the idea of this kind of fetish thing, fetish motifs. That's why I did one of the other sculptures. I kind of like it. And it's definitely not very politically correct these days, but hey, there's many types of sculptors out there, and you could always find different types of sculptures, so it doesn't bother me. And the nose, for the face, I do struggle with it. I need to make the sculpture a lot more pleasing, and I keep forgetting, like I keep changing the look of the face. I'm not quite sure what I want the face to be doing, and normally I kind of like just wonder quite a bit. I make many changes to the face, and this kind of, even to this point, took me a very long time to do because I kept going back and forth. Should I like taper off her lip? Should she bite her lip? Should she be having it fully open? And I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Post up in the comments below and let me know if I should give her a different expression. So at this point, I removed the bun in the back of the head. I'm not a big fan of the ponytail. So right now, it kind of looks like something from Star Trek, but I am adding pigtails. This could still change. I am not a big fan of contemporary hairstyles, so I keep changing things back and forth. So here's the front paws of the teddy bear. He's going to be laying pretty much spread out. And so at this point, you can kind of see the structure that I have. The teddy bear, mostly the face, is supporting the sculpture. So, and of course, the belly is going to be supporting the sculpture as well. So I'm going to add some clay that's going to be also work as a structure to the belly. So at this point, you can kind of see what is happening. So this is, and I have not scooped it out. That's something I will be doing later on. Well guys, I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.